Hey, this is Notser, and today we're taking a look at the premium Tier 6 French battleship, Dunkerque. We're on the map Neighbors. The build is on the screen. I have chosen to not take Concealment Expert. Instead, I'm taking Fire Prevention and Manual AA. The reason we're playing the Dunkerque? Quite simple. She was buffed, or he was buffed, in 8.0. He got a main battery reload from 28 seconds default to 26 seconds. I'm hoping that the damage per minute will go up, and if you notice, we're in a division full of Dunkerques, so we're really all in on this idea. We are bottom tier also. This is a tier 8 battle, so hopefully combination of the ship and teamwork, we can take out the enemy and maybe overcome this. As it stands right now, they've got 2 bases to our no base. And hopefully we'll get this base shortly. It's always interesting. I don't know why DDs do anything but go for a free objective first. You know? There are so many players that will waste time trying to capture bases that they can't. Case in point, C point. There is a DD attempting to capture it against 2 enemy ships, and there's multiple enemy ships that are able to provide fire support. I don't know what his chance is. Is the lightning just going to die from being spotted? I can't really worry about that, but we've already lost 1 friendly ship. It looks like the enemy is not on this flank, although there is a Ryuju. That tier 6 Japanese aircraft carrier. He does look like he's actually sailing into this area of the map. And I'm hoping that, maybe the DD will be able to scout him, or maybe an aircraft carrier will scout him so we can do damage to him. There's also a threat of some type of DD in the center of the map. We are out in the open. And, the one nice thing about the Dunkerque is all guns are facing forward. Just like Richelieu, just like JB, you can be very confident that if you can play one of those ships, you can play this ship. We've got incoming, looks like attack rockets, so he intends to maybe spot the friendly DD and attack it. I want to obviously make sure that my AA, along with friendly Dunkerque AA, is there to impact this and prevent his, obliteration. We need the DD alive. He provides us with that forward scouting that battleships, especially my battleship and my build, just can't. And it looks like torpedoes were sent. They were sent across. Is myself, I did avoid, and my friendly Dunkerque, is he able to avoid it too? Look, there's the enemy DD. One of the 2 enemy DDs moved from B point and is attempting to snipe out the friendly DD. While this is going on, I'm just going to unload a reload. I don't have line of sight on the Akizuki. I want to shoot the Akizuki. We get a 20,000 broadside. Okay. Knocking out an aircraft carrier is a huge gain. Keeping a friendly DD would have been the best gain of all, though, and that would have been the priority. Go after the enemy DD first, then go after the aircraft carrier. He can't possibly escape at this rate, right? He can only hope to try and reduce the incoming damage. He'll eventually die. We lose the friendly, unfortunately. Drops off detection both the aircraft carrier and the enemy Akizuki. I actually get a chance to shoot at him. It's going to end up being that he has torpedoes. He just has to have torpedoes in this position. So I'm just going to try and sail unpredictably. Now, I could take a shot at the enemy aircraft carrier, but he can't directly impact my life right now. In this exact moment. The DD can. So I was hoping with myself and the friendly behind me, we could focus this guy down and knock him out. And yep, there's the first set. Sent forward of my position. Great. He's an Akizuki. He should have a torpedo reload booster, and he may or may not have 1 more set in him, so I have to get this done as quick as possible. Meanwhile, incoming torpedo bombers, and I haven't set my sector system up accurately. I should have repositioned it during this engagement. Unfortunate, but we're able to completely obliterate the Akizuki. I'm sailing into his own smoke, and I'm rotating my guns to finish off the enemy Ryuju. And look at this. Look at this. He's going to have the benefit of an island, probably. My reload is just a couple seconds too slow, even in this buffed state, to pick him off. Friendly Judge Dunkerque knocks him out. Another Dunkerque, enemy Dunkerque, is incapacitating one of my front guns, which is unfortunate. But I'm going to try and plant an AP in the superstructure. We're able to just barely not get any damage on him. Friendly was able to get the kill, but enemies are defeated on this flank. Enemy aircraft as well. we've got all things considered, I think we did pretty good on this flank. Now, there's only 4 ships that have been taken out from the enemy, and I think 3 of the 4 were on this flank. We've got to try and capture the base while also taking out a couple of the stragglers that can't get over to the sea area with their team. One of these stragglers, Queen Elizabeth. So unloading a little bit of AP. Friendly was discussing whether we should use high explosive together in concert. And, that makes sense. So I think I'm going to unload one last AP salvo on Queen Elizabeth and then switch to high explosive. That way, at least we can sort of get a fire burning. If the fire is burning for an adequate amount, maybe in response to it, he uses damage control and then we are able to follow up. Or a friendly, maybe torpedoes or otherwise, and it's a flutter fire that sticks for a long time. As we're moving forward, the Queen is turning back, and he's going to attempt to not die, but he's taken 2 torpedoes from aircraft. This is a great play from the friendly aircraft carrier. This is the type of target that you want to go after. I have had a lot of games in my aircraft carriers where I haven't had a lot of damage because I go after targets that are low and isolated, and enemy Queen Elizabeth knocked out. High explosive worked just fine. Attempting to capture. Friendly Dunkerque behind me as well. And we've got a Duca showing a really, really ton of broadside. In response, I've switched back to AP. I expected that high explosive salvo to work, and then for me to get some sort of either New Mexico or this cruiser, and AP against this cruiser, of course I'm going to do it. So, once he tries to turn back, and as many kills as we're getting, just a little bit too high on most of the shells, but we do get a citadel. As we are working through these kills, so is the enemy working through our team's kills as well. We've got to try and get a couple kills without losing any teammates. And that's, not as easy as it sounds, but when you look at the deployment, there's only really 1 or 2 possible friendly ships that could die at this point. I'm pretty much the most forward positioned ship on my team, and therefore I'm probably going to be the most fired upon. Because we're in this position, I was thinking, you know what, let's just bow tank. Let's sit here, let's force the capture. We're battleships, we've got islands that block most of the line of sight. Plus, there's an enemy aircraft carrier. Enemy Lexington out in the open? Really? That's a huge misplay, and if multiple friendly battleships fire on him, we'll eventually take him out. First salvo, of course, a citadel. Finally repositioning my sector. Should have been doing that all along. It was one of those games where it's like, can 3 Dunkerques really work? And at the start, nah, they can't work. Of course not. Dunkerque's a bad ship. Always has been, always will. Well, not necessarily. The reload has felt very useful. Like, very useful. Even if I have high velocity, inconsistent guns, the fast refire is just really appreciated. It just makes the ship feel more effective and more devastating. If I can fire, 2 or 3 seconds before the enemy can, on average, with it almost being in the 4 to 6 second range, that's enough time to fire before they have a chance to return fire, get a kill, and that can mount up very quickly. So I'm really happy with the changes, but I am also trying to survive. I'm very low. I'm aware that there are some battleships on the right side, but I'm also trying to provide AA coverage for my teammate. I mean, we've been working really well together. We've got collectively 4 kills already. 4 of the 5 kills, I must say. We're going to try and get some more. So I've got high explosive against the New Mexico. Enemy Duca is behind the island, can't engage me. Enemy Lexington is still well within gun range. But if we take out the battleship over the Lexington, we have more direct threat to the ships. Oh, by the way, I should use my heal. There we go. More direct threat to the ships. Just keep high explosive. He can't angle against it. Do a little bit on the I had 3 penetration for 1,500 damage. Where did all that damage go? He does 8k. Probably has the same 3 penetration. Stuff like that's really annoying, but it looks like he's going to burn down. I was moving forward to try and catch the Duca. He was attempting to camp around an island, and He doesn't have enough time to back out. Will the guns hold up in accuracy? They do. They overpen. God, 4 overpen. I needed every single shell to make contact just to kill him. He was perfectly broadside. It's just one of those French things where that overpen is just so real. Alright, so we got a Fuso. He is broadside. I am choosing to fight the Fuso. Our combined AA is really effective. Don't really need to worry. And oh, yes. Nice big broadside. See you later, Fuso. Between the remaining enemy ships, I think now is the right time to go after the Lexington. And in response, I use my fighter very slow, unfortunately. But he's 13 off our bow. If all of us fire at him together, we'll kill him, very, very quickly. 3 overpen. Unfortunate. Friendly unloads, high explosive. I believe he's reloading AP, by the way. I'm trying to remember the conversation I had with him. We were just working. Oh, yes. Judge loads a huge AP broadside. Just sets him up. We're going to finish him off. And yeah, there's Kraken Unleashed. They were kind of jealous. Yeah, that's right. Jealous of my superior sniping ability at kill securing. Between us, we've got 8 kills. Myself, 5. Right. We got the enemy Colorado, which rotating my guns too. He's broadside, easily punishable. Unfortunately, you get what you pay for sometimes with the French battleship accuracy. Some broadsides are like 10, 15, 20k. Other broadsides can't break 5k. But with the faster reload, that should be less of a problem. And it definitely is. It's less of a problem because, yes, it's only a 2-second buff, but it's 2 seconds that you can use against your opposition. And most of your oppositions don't have this kind of reload. And I normally get to snipe before. So here I was like, oh, the Colorado could finish me if he just hits the super. He missed! He missed with the back half. My reload 1 second. Need to fire before his other guns. He fires one front gun. It unfortunately disperses horribly. But we're able to get the kill before he's able to kill me. 1,500 life. All that's left is a Charles in the base capture. Just why not? I mean, there's no point in not capturing it. There's not enough time, though, before I can get a shot out. And, oh, it would have been a beautiful broadside. But not going to complain. That was a great Dunkirk game. And we were bottom tier. Bottom tier, tier 6 Dunkirk was able to super carry that game. All 3 of us, huge contribution. Now, all 3 of us are very skilled players, but definitely improved over the previous version of the Dunkirk with this reload. 6 kills, 2,101 base XP, 9 kills total between all of us. 9 of the 11 kills, I must say. So just super thrilled about this experience. I hope you enjoyed seeing the Dunkirk. Maybe your Dunkirk will play better with the buffs. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.